You know what I love? When the hero gets everything that's coming to him. When all of his hard work is finally rewarded, and he has truly earned his happy ending. Too bad that ain't what happened here. I remember when I first got into the series, as I read, Kishimoto always said that he had the final chapter planned out. I always assumed that would be the Hokage ceremony, that would be the final chapter. Naruto standing atop the platform, all his friends there beside him as he would finally achieve his lifelong dream. The actual final chapter was just a lead into Boruto. Kakashi was pointlessly made Hokage before him. In fact, Chapter 699 changed some things around, have Naruto be Hokage, don't have Sakura beg to go whip Sasuke like a dog, and you got a fine ending right there. Instead, all this peacemaking efforts apparently happened while Kakashi was Hokage, and Naruto just took over after all the work was done for him. Great job there, Kishimoto. So yeah, I thought it was disappointing that the final chapter didn't cover the Hokage ceremony. But during the lead up to the Boruto movie, they announced it would come with a special chapter that showed the day Naruto became Hokage. Great, I thought. Should have been the final chapter, but at least you're showing it. Well, let's get into it. So we open with a shot of the previous Hokages, which is nice, except Kakashi still makes no sense. So we see the Uzumaki family having breakfast. Except for Naruto, who has passed out on the couch. I can relate, man. Nothing like passing out on the couch. So Boruto wakes him up, and now at breakfast they tell him that today is the Hokage day. And he just says, so it is. Jeez. I mean, this is the day you've been waiting for your whole life. I think you'd be a little more excited. So Hinata mentions the cloak for the Hokage is being made by an old woman. Wasn't the younger generation supposed to take over? Although I guess that theme has only really ever applied to Naruto and Sasuke, sadly. Here is where I must again mention how boring Naruto and Hinata are as a couple. They have no chemistry, their personalities don't play off each other, and they are honestly just boring to watch together. Although wasn't Hinata drawn with long hair in Chapter 700, and now she has basically Sakura's haircut to make her look more like Kishimoto's wife. Consistency is nice. So Hinata picks up the cloak, yada yada yada, but Naruto isn't there, so she runs back to the house. Naruto is preparing to leave. This is even more pronounced in the anime version, but look at his face. This is literally the entire moment you've been waiting for your whole life, and you look so dead inside. Like, smile! Get excited! I thought you'd be a little more into this than you actually are, but it turns out the kids are fighting. Himawari wants to bring her toy while Boruto doesn't want to hold it. Speaking of, how old is Himawari supposed to be anyway? Have they ever said? From what I gather, people really like her. Even though she hasn't done anything. And I'm just like, why? But the toy rips and Himawari gets pissed. Before we cover this, I remember a lot of people were asking why the kids didn't have the Bakugan. Apparently Kishimoto outright said this. He forgot to give them the Bakugan. No joke. This couple that has supposedly been planned from the beginning, he forgot to give them that. Right. So Himawari turns on the Bakugan, which makes it like the Sharingan. But don't Hyugas always have Bakugan eyes? I'm not sure how this makes sense. But she gets mad and she knocks Naruto out with a punch. Meanwhile, they notice that Naruto is running late, so Konohamaru turns into Naruto so that it will look like he's there. And before I get to that, I must point out that Kishimoto has Sarada with Sakura in this panel, pretty much proving that Sarada was around when Naruto became Hokage. And that means at some point before this, Sasuke came back, talked with Naruto and Sakura, and he still didn't take the time to see his daughter. What a dickhead. So Hinata discovers Naruto unconscious and realizes that he'll be out most of the day. Meaning that the day he's been waiting for his whole life, he's going to miss because he's unconscious. Forget the rest of the chapter. This whole moment that fans have been dreaming about, waiting for over 15 years, and Kishimoto just ruined it. Wow. This would be like if Simba, at the end of The Lion King, when he's about to do his roar over Pride Rock, imagine if he tripped and fell and somebody else had to do it for him. That's kind of what this is like. I'd hate to imagine what his reaction was when he woke up. He must have been devastated. On the other hand, maybe this explains why he gets drunk all the time and why he never goes home. I probably wouldn't want to go home either. So yeah, this whole mini-chapter, it was not endearing, it was not cute, it ruined a moment that should have been emotional, satisfying, and earned, and with one blow, it was undone. That's the culmination of wanting to be Hokage. Great job, Kishimoto. Anyway, this is going to be the last Naruto video for a little while. Because I've just finished the Soul Society of Bleach, it's time to start those videos. The plan is for 4 videos about Bleach. Tentatively 5 if I have to. Now, what I want you guys to do to help is find me some old Kubo interviews while the series was running, as well as some old Kishimoto interviews because a lot of them have been lost to the mists of time. It'd be interesting to get some perspective. So look forward to the beginning of the Bleach retrospect next month. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that bell, like, and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.